So today I wanted to talk to you about Jagged the musical. Specifically, I want to talk to you about how good of a job I think they did at adapting each of these songs to Broadway. You're going to need some background. Jagged Little Pill is a jukebox musical. Jukebox musical is a musical of pre-existing songs. None of the songs are new. In this case, all the pre-existing songs were written by Alanis Morissette, and they're from the album of the same name, the 1996 album, Jagged Little Pill, which is also her most popular album. It's a very good album. This musical is kind of, it's a lot. You'll realize that it's a big musical. It's big. There's a lot going on in it. And it's a really complicated plot, and I don't really want to sit here and explain the whole plot, because honestly, it would probably take me 30 minutes. This isn't scripted. I can't sum it in 2 sentences right now. It's a really complicated plot, so I'm gonna try not to get into it. I don't know how important it's gonna be, but we might get in a little bit. But all that's important to know is that it's about a family in Connecticut. They're kind of wealthy. There's the dad and mom, Steve and MJ. Their eldest son, Nick, is really popular in school, and he's really successful. He's going to Harvard. And their younger daughter, they only have 2 kids. Frankie, she's adopted, and she's black, and she's doing relationship shit. She's in a love triangle basically. And the mom, MJ, is kind of the main character. She's a perfect mother who is addicted to pills. So I already told you there's a lot going on in this musical. I think that's what's most important to know about it, though. So I'm editing the video right now, and I thought I would insert a bit of a content warning. When I started filming the video, I didn't think that I would really get into the murky details of the plot, so I didn't film one at the beginning. So I'm just gonna say now, general content warning for rape. I'd say it's the most extreme thing that's talked about. Though at other points in this musical, there's discussions of racism and transphobia. There's an overdose scene and a lot of talks of addiction. And yeah, I think that's most of it. First of all, take a shot every time I say this musical is a big musical. It's a big musical and there's a lot going on. So I would, it's actually more safer to say just content warning for anything that could be in a content warning. But yeah, thank you. Something else I need to mention is that there's multiple versions of the show. There's the original version from 2019, which is this version. This cast recording is that version. If you watch the original Broadway cast, scary noise. If you watch the original Broadway cast, bootleg, it's honestly probably this version. It's the best version of the musical, but I don't know if I'm really going to get to that, but I'll probably get to that, honestly. The next version is the version that I saw with the original. I saw the original Broadway cast minus Celia Rose Gooding, because her understudy was filling in that day. So I saw Morgan Dudley. I'm only going to keep that in if it's right. And that version is very slightly different from the original version. Just ever so slightly. But that's the version that most people know, I would say. Because then they won the Tony, and then they were super successful. I think Jagged Little Pill was successful, and then it was really successful after they won the Tony. Lauren Patton, who plays one of the supporting characters, wins the Tony for Best Supporting Actress. That's what I'm referring to, by the way. Then there's the third version. Like most shows from 2019, 2020, it didn't survive that long after Broadway reopened, and it closed very suddenly. Very suddenly. I'm pretty sure some of the original cast were still in the musical when it closed, and it immediately went on tour. And that version is also the version that they have been selling to regional theaters, and that's the newest version of the show, and it's not as good. But it's kind of better. It's complicated. I might make a different video, like really breaking down these different versions, in which I actually do research. This is all hearsay. I didn't research this video at all. I've just been a fan of a long time, and I've seen the show 3 times. I've seen the original bootleg. I've seen the version I saw on Broadway, and I've seen the regional theater version I saw them at the White Plains Theater. I think that happened in December. And that they were all different, so that's why I think there's 3 different versions. There might even be more different versions of the show. Also, before we begin, you might be wondering my credentials to explain this, considering this video isn't research whatsoever. And my credentials are that I've been a fan of this musical since I was in middle school. It's kind of like my middle school obsession. I feel like everyone has a weird middle school obsession, or multiple. One of mine was this musical. I was like so obsessed with it, and my mom was also really obsessed with it. We were obsessed with it together, and I've seen all the Broadway vlogs and all the interviews and all the performances, and I've been online. I wasn't really like an online kid. Like, I wasn't like a comment warrior. I just kind of lurked a lot, so I wasn't really in any fandom spaces. But I was kind of there. I was a little bit there. I love Alanis Morissette, and I love her music like so much. As I got older, I really came to appreciate her actual original music separate from the musical. I mean, I was like obsessed with the music from the musical, but then I was like, wait, there's like other versions of these songs where they're like alt 90s rock songs. I forgot about that. That's awesome. So when I was in like early high school, I got really obsessed with the original album, and I just have been listening to all of her other stuff since. My favorite album of all time is Under Rug Swept, and my favorite song of all time is Hands Clean, it's on Under Rug Swept. Under Rug Swept is an Alanis Morissette album, so I feel like very qualified to talk about this musical because I'm a big fan. So the overture. Right off the bat, one of my favorite decisions in the whole musical, the harmonica slide into the guitar and the bass playing the B-flat power chord, which is the most iconic part of the Jagged Little Pill album. I appreciate them keeping that in, despite All I Really Want not technically being the opening number. I guess it is the opening number, but it's not the first track that they sing from Jagged Little Pill. All in all, the overture is one of my favorite parts of the whole musical because I love when they're singing and it's not super plot heavy, because that's when I tend to have an issue with the songs. And the way the music is mixed, I love that the musical starts with a lot, because the musical is a lot. So you're listening to the overture, and by the way, the overture is like, it's not just the like musicians playing, like there's harmonies in it, they're singing words, and there's choreography going on. So it's like already a lot. It's from the output, so many words, so many senses, like so many Alanis Morissette songs being like mashed together. Like it's actually it's so cool. I love it so much. The extraness of the harmonies alone is one of my favorite parts of this musical. This musical is insane. And the overture, I feel like, really puts that out there. Another thing I love is the drum solo at the end of the overture. I know it's really dumb, but I just think I love how flashy and dramatic it is. But into Right Through You, okay. I don't know about Right Through You, man. So, Right Through You, like, the thing is, this musical is a lot, and somehow this musical, despite somehow being about literally everything that could ever happen to you, it's not about anything that Right Through You would really warrant. So I get why they had to just make it this little melody in the beginning, because it was the only song that couldn't really be a plot song. But it's such a good song. It's such an underrated song from Jagged Little Pill. Like, it's such a good song. There's a lot of underrated Alanis Morissette songs, but I think Jagged Little Pill, just that album, like, every single song is a banger. and not everyone knows every single song. Because they're all bangers, that's sad. So I wanted more for this song, but it's fine. When I saw it live, like, I didn't like how the harmony sounded that much. It kind of sounded like a so-called chaos song and not a Jagged Little Pill song, which is fine, but like, I like so-called chaos less than I like Jagged Little Pill, if I'm being honest. One thing I do love about this song is the mashup with Forgiven. Love when they mash them up. Just big fan of when they mash them up. It's always good. And I don't know why Forgiven is in this track. I don't really know what that would represent, but I'm glad that it's there because it's iconic. So in conclusion, Right Through You is pretty good, but it deserved better. It deserved better. It deserved to be more important, really. And especially with the fucking Christmas time bit, that's not in the cast album. But if you ever see it live, there's like a cappella Christmas music that plays over the opening scene, and it's like always like, this isn't Alanis Morissette. Like, she didn't compose this. Whatever. I spent way too much time on that. All I really want. Okay, I understand why I can't start with the guitar slide, because the musical has to start with the guitar slide, but I don't love how they started. I love the percussion in it. This song is another song where they're doing a lot the whole time, like musically, like definitely every 4 bars, probably every 8 bars, I would say. Something changes. Like, something in the background changes, but like the melody that they're singing doesn't change. So the singing is the same the whole time, but someone is doing something different in the background. Notice how the harmonies are in every single part of the song. The harmonies like literally are ingrained in my brain. I can't listen to the original song without hearing the harmonies because they're everywhere. Without, like, the original song is kind of empty sounding, but they just filled it, and it's like overflowing with things. I'm like a Stella. I like to reel it in and then spit it out. I'm frustrated by your apathy. Your apathy, your apathy, your apathy. I'm like a Stella. I like to reel it in and then spit it out. I'm frustrated by your apathy. And all I need now is intellectual intercourse. And all I need now is intellectual intercourse. Framing this song as an argument is an interesting choice in my brain. I feel like it's not. I don't prefer it that way, but I do love when I get to hear Elizabeth Stanley and Celia Rose Gooding sing the that part is fucking fire. It's so cool. It's so good. I love hearing them sing. It makes me so happy. And I love how they ended it. I wish the original song ended in that way. There's also this thing that they do in Jagged Little Pill where they change the lyrics of the song to like fit the plot better. And in this case, the child sings to the mother, "Why are you so petrified of silence? Here, can you handle this?" From the original. "Did you think about your bills, your pills, your deadlines? Or when you think you're gonna die? Or did you long for the next distraction?" Alanis Morissette saying originally, "Did you think about your bills, your ex, your deadline?" Instead of the bills and your pills. And the reason they added the pills was because the mom character is addicted to pills, and she's hiding it from her family. But the problem is she's hiding it from her family. So I would exactly expect the daughter to bring up her hidden pill addiction in an argument with her when the mom is hiding that. It doesn't make sense. Why would the daughter reveal that? And also, it's just funny when you hear that because you're like, oh, and they just changed the lyrics so it rhymes better. And then 2 scenes later, it's revealed the mom has a crippling pill addiction. And you're like, oh, I wasn't expecting to take that seriously. Because they don't take the rest of it seriously. Like, you know, when they quote actual Alanis Morissette lines that she wrote, they don't change it. Like, they mean it. They don't mean it. Like, you know they don't mean it. It's a jukebox musical. Like, the songs barely fit what's happening. I just, like, yeah. You'll just see that. There's like continuity errors all over this musical. Hand in My Pocket, thank God they kept the guitar riff because you'll see. You'll see. Just be happy the guitar is actually playing the guitar part this time. And I like the organ edition. I usually like everything they added to it. I really like the backing track. I think they did a good job of building it out. I wish there was the harmonica solo. It's sad that's not there, but, you know, it's fine. It's not fine, actually. I don't like this number whatsoever. I just kind of like the music behind it. And I like Lauren Patton. Everything she sings turns to gold, but I just don't think this song really fits Joe as a character again. I don't think it's a good introduction to Joe as a character because this song, while being one of the greatest songs ever written, like just such a fucking well-written song, it doesn't actually work. It's a song about, it's just actually working context. It's a song about, like, like Alanis Morissette telling her lover, like, I'm just a carefree guy. I got one hand in my pocket. We only live once, and I'm just trying to do good on this earth, you know? Like, it's like a little folk song, you know? But, like, Joe, I wouldn't describe as a carefree person who thinks everything is going to be okay. Joe is, like, really struggling, is in an abusive household with an unaccepting mother, and in the original version of the show is transgender, which is really scary. Being a transgender kid who's in the closet because their mother is extremely religious and abusive, like, that's, like, not, like, I would see Joe has a right to not be carefree, because Joe has a lot of cares going on. Joe has a lot going on, like, I'm glad they're feeling good, but then Joe goes on to just care about everything for the rest of the show. Joe is extremely hurt by Frankie hooking up with Phoenix. Joe is not happy when Frankie calls them to pick them up when she runs away. And at the end of the song is playfully arguing with Phoenix. I feel like Joe might care a lot about everything. So I don't think this fits. And it sucks because it's such a good song. I just don't think it would be a good musical song anyway as an introduction. I mean, the whole song she's going, I'm broke, but I'm happy. I'm poor, but I'm kind. I'm short, but I'm healthy. You're like, I'm sad, but I'm laughing. I'm brave, but I'm chicken shit. I'm high, but I'm grounded. You're like, okay, but like, that actually tells me nothing about you because you just contradicted yourself a million times. So maybe this is just isn't a good musical song, but it is one of the most popular songs in Jagged Little Pill, the original album, and for a good reason. It's like, I truly believe it's one of the greatest songs ever written, and so everything about it is perfect. It just doesn't fit that well, and I feel like the songs that don't fit that well just really feel like they're adding unnecessary weight onto like an already long ass fuck musical. Like, it's just like, all right, let's get to it. Like, there's so much like filler in the beginning, and at the end they're like rushing to conclude it. And anyway, whatever. The ending. The bell can blow me. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I hate you. I hate that part. Honestly, if I'm listening to this musical and I'm not like on a plane and bored out of my mind, I don't listen to this song. I skip it. And that's my truth. Smiling. So Smiling was written for the musical, I believe. Alanis Morissette wrote some original songs that were meant for the musical. And Alanis Morissette seemed to like it because she put it on her album and recorded it herself. Smiling. So it's on Such Pretty Forks in the Road, which came out in 2020. So this is a song where they replaced the guitar riff with a piano. It's the least pain-inducing one because it's a pretty original and unique piano part. They don't actually just copy the guitar. It's a whole ass piano part, and it's really cool. It's a really cool piano part, and I think the way Elizabeth Stanley sings it is absolutely haunting. I love her performance so much. It's like so... Oh, I don't even know. The way she pronounces words is incredible. And the reason why the Broadway version of this is better than any version you'll ever see ever is because during this number, the choreography is entirely backwards. So you watch a scene where she goes throughout her day, and then she starts singing Smiling, and then she goes about her entire day in reverse, and it's so fucking cool and impressive. It was the trippiest thing I'd ever seen. And there was someone who like fell in reverse. There was someone who like spilled on themselves in reverse. It was pretty cool to watch. It even includes her singing on an exercise bike while riding an exercise bike, which is not the only time in the musical that someone sings while exercising. And it's so impressive because she's belting it out, and it's fucking awesome. It's like, I would love to hear the original version, like the rock version, you could say, the Alanis Morissette version, but like Elizabeth Stanley's singing it, because honestly, her performance on this song is absolutely astounding. While I do like the ending they chose for the track in the Broadway version, the can't stand still, something like that. If that's bad, I'm not gonna keep it in. Can't stand still. I do prefer the original ending with the whole like jam out rock at the. It's so fucking cool. I wonder if they like could have made like space for it in somewhere else in the musical, because it's just such a cool section, and the fact that they don't include it, I feel like it is a good example of the problem, which is like there's not enough guitar in this musical. Like my main issue with these tracks is going to be that they don't have enough guitar in them. And Alanis Morissette's music is very guitar and bass focused, and it's disappointing that the guitar and the bass aren't giving. They don't have their moments to give. It's quite sad. I also don't love the harmonies in this song. They miss a harmony. It's like one of the only Alanis Morissette harmonies that they don't do, when she sings Such Pretty Forks in the Road. She's an echo in her voice, so it's like such pretty forks. And they don't do that. And I'm like, they could have totally done echo. Like, these harmonies are doing a million fucking things all the time. Like, why can't they do a fucking echo? Oh no. This is ironic. I fucking hate ironic, okay? Okay, well, that was extreme. I fucking hate ironic. I listen to it. Sometimes I skip it. But if I'm on the plane, I won't, and I'm bored, I won't skip it. It's just like, why are the two most popular songs on this album like so poorly done? I guess you want to know, is it poorly done? But it's ironic is the worst number in the show. Okay, I have so much beef with this, so let's just get into it. First of all, the ironic hate is forced. Ironic is a great song. I understand that it's not ironic. Get the fuck over it. Every single time I bring up this song to someone, they're always like, but it's not ironic. And it's like, I know. I like how it sounds, the song. It's like, Lord forbid I like a song. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay. Secondly, so I already think the discourse is tired. I don't think it's funny. I'm not interested in it. Like, oh my gosh, you wrote a song about being ironic, and it's not ironic. Therefore, it is super ironic. I don't care. I literally don't care. Like, shut the fuck up. Get out of my house. Therefore, I don't understand why it's a poem that Frankie is reading. Okay, if you want your character to aspire to be a writer, why would you give them a poem that doesn't make any sense because it's not ironic? Like, I don't know why this would be the poem she's reading to the class. Also, like, what class is she in? Why is she reading her poem that she wrote to the class? Is it a poetry class? Do they do criticism like this often? Like, why are the kids so mean to her? They keep interrupting her, reading her poem, and they're like brutally making fun of her. If we use irony as defining Greek tragedy, shut the fuck up and let her read her poem. It's like 8 a.m. Like, where is the teacher? Why isn't the teacher like let her read her poem? And furthermore, I don't understand why Phoenix is like, guys, stop being so mean to her and hear her out. That's to add on to bullying Frankie for this poem. Like, but like, it is a bad poem and it doesn't make any sense, and you can hear her out, but you're not gonna get it. And he keeps being like, no, I get it. Like, I really get your poem, but I don't. actually understand what her poem is about. And like, it's just funny to set a character up as a writer and make her a bad writer. This is the only poem this is the only thing that she writes in the whole musical, by the way. Like, the fact that she's a writer is not really important. This whole number is pointless, and it's so bad. And the music is okay. Like, it's okay. Guitar plays the riff for the most part. Don't think I don't catch the fact that the piano plays the riff a couple times and not the guitar. I still fucking hear that. I hate it.
And isn't it ironic? Don't you think? A little too ironic.
It sounds like 1,000 years when it's played on the piano. Antonio Cipriano is my favorite of the male singers. So I really love his harmonies. I love how he harmonizes Shirley Rose Gooding. I also feel like as actors, they had like so much chemistry. I really liked them. And it comes across in this track, even though it fucking sucks. So can we just let Ironic be a good song and forget it was ever in this musical? So Unsexy. So it's kind of back to back bad with those two tracks. So Unsexy is originally from Under Swept, which is Alanis Morissette's 2002 album. So Unsexy is the worst case of piano playing the guitar riff. It takes all of the momentum out of the track to have the piano play the guitar riff. The guitar riff is so good. This song is so good. The harmonies are so good. It's such a hype song. It's like a fun little rock song. And it's so sad. It's so fucking sad that there's no guitar in it. So they do this funny thing with the songs from other albums where they like really change what they're about. So Unsexy has a lot of lyric changes from the original. In the original, Alanis Morissette sings, I can feel so unsexy for someone so beautiful, so unloved, and for someone so fine. I can feel so boring, feel so uninteresting, feel so ignorant for someone of sound mind. What she's really talking about is that she can feel so unsexy sometimes, and dumb and stupid and not hot. Even though, like, she knows that she is a beautiful woman and she's very smart. But sometimes, your insecurity gets the better of you. That's really what the song is about. In the Broadway version, they sing, it's about the parents. And the parents sing, I can feel so unsexy for someone so beautiful, so unloved, like I'm not on your mind. And what they're actually saying is different from what Alanis Morissette was saying. What they're saying, really what the husband is saying when he sings this to the mother, is I can feel so unsexy for someone so beautiful, so unloved, like I'm not on your mind. They kind of make it about the other person. The original track is more, it's something that they're experiencing. In the verses, she kind of goes into like what the other person is doing, but the kind of conclusion of the song is that Alanis Morissette is doing it to herself. And at least in my interpretation. So in this version, it's kind of interesting that it's relative to another person. I don't love the lyric changes. I don't love this change of the meaning. I feel like it kind of makes the song a little worse. I do like the ending. They end it on all these little rejections seem to disappear quickly the moment I decided not to abandon me. That is a line in the original song. They made it the final line of the song, which I really appreciated. I feel like that really rounds out the song. And I'm shocked that Alanis Morissette doesn't actually do that. Actually, I'm not shocked, but it's just interesting. Last thing I'd say about this song is that when they sing am I just living with myself? It sounds like in Heathers. Can we be 17? Sounds like that song.
Am I just living with myself? This could be our final chance. Always be said.
Perfect, which is sung by Derek Klena. It's his little solo number. I feel like it's his only solo number. The song has really beautiful guitar parts. It's a really stripped back song originally. And I feel like they kind of add too many instruments to it. Although I do love the way that Derek Klena sings it. I love how Broadway's tone is. It's like perfect. It's like exactly how I would expect Nick to sound. it's kind of unfortunate because he doesn't sing with any of the rawness that Alanis Morissette has. Alanis Morissette has a lot of grit, a lot of angst to her voice, and all the female singers in the musical also have a lot of grit and angst to their voice, and they really lean into this, and it's awesome. But the male singers a lot of times don't, and Nick doesn't. So a lot of times the male singers aren't even singing Alanis Morissette riffs. Like the riffs will be note for the girl singers, but for the boy singers, they're different. They're easier, and you're like, why is the female vocal part insane and the male one just kind of eh? But it's whatever. It really, that bridge is where I get like, I really like, he doesn't really lean into that. Although it's kind of written, I feel like it's written like that, but normally he doesn't really lean into that at all. And I wish he did. I wish it got a little crazy. I wish it had that grit. I feel like it would really make Nick fit in this world better overall.
I'll live for you, I'll make you what I never was. If you're the best, then maybe so am I. Compare to her.
I'll live through you, I'll make you what I never was. If you're the best, well maybe so am I. Compared to him, compared to her.
Lancer's Party, in parentheses, so pure, because that's the Alanis Morissette song it's based off of. This song is from Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie, Alanis Morissette's second album, right after Jagged Little Pill. So Pure is such a good track. And as much as I love the intro, I understand this is how they chose to include it. I love how they chose to include it. I love that the backing track for the dance part is just the backing track for the verses and the horns and everything. It sounds fucking awesome. So I'm missing the "You're from New York, you're so relevant." As much as I love that intro, I understand why they couldn't include it. I just have to mention it a million times that I love that intro to the song. This chorus is so good, and it just works so much. I love the trend of musicals at this time always having like a party number where they go to a party, the high schoolers, and antics happen at the party, and they sing a number about going to the party, like Big Fun from Heathers, or there's one in Mean Girls where they sing about going to the party. Halloween from Be More Chill. There's one in, I guess there's not one in The Prom, but I feel like it was kind of a trend. I don't know, something I observed in the movies I watch and the musicals I watch, but like just like a party number where all the characters go and party. And it's just like a dance number. They just sing about how much they love partying, and then the scene happens. I love how they do the bridge. I love the harmonies. I love the weird chord they hit, like the dissonant chord. Not the only time they use the bridge as the outro. Every time they use the bridge as the outro, it usually fucking hits though, and it hits in this song. It's such a good outro. Although I'm always expecting let's solve the world's problems. I love like going back into the chorus. I love that part of the original. And all I'm saying is, see what happens when you let the guitar shine. The guitar's playing out, and it sounds awesome. It's like, let that guitar play out. It yearns to play out. Followed by That I Would Be Good. That I Would Be Good. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I would say it's the only track on this album that would be like, it could be better than the original. That could be arguable. They turn it into this beautiful trio sung by Celia Rose Gooding, Lauren Patton, and Antonio Cipriano. It's like heavenly. Like absolutely heavenly. When like Antonio and Celia are like exchanging it, and Lauren Patton comes in and she starts singing the "Everything is fucked when you're not here." She's saying those high notes, and you're like, "Yes, Lauren, yes, Lauren." And when she hits the overweight, she like belts it. I love it so much. I love when they're singing apart. I love when they're singing in unison. I love when they do the when they like it like explodes out and they stop singing words and they're like ah and they're all singing the different parts and they come together as they like belt louder. It's like you're ascending. It's fucking awesome. I'm like losing my shit listening to it. Like holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Um, I there's a bug on my get off. Anyway, big fan of that. Followed by Wake Up. Honestly, like the second half of Act One is like so fucking good. It like really starts heating up. Wake Up is a crazy song, and the way they do it, it has the same problem as All I Really Want, where it's kind of like a mess. It's like, where even are we? What verse are we in? What chorus are we in? What is the chorus? It's kind of like out of, it's, you know, it's a weird song. It kind of like exists in space. I love that Frankie is yelling at her brother, and this is what she's saying. When Nick is singing and like doing the push-ups too, like I told you they exercise. Like he's doing the push-ups and he's singing like Derek Klena's like, holy shit, dude. It's fucking awesome. I love his verse in this song so much. I love the angst he sings it with. I think he has a lot of like teenage boy angst. He's really good at doing that. I like the does it hurt too much, too much. I love when he hits the receive and he hits the high note. Receive. I love when Lauren Patton and Susan Rose couldn't come in and they're singing Hands Clean in minor harmony. It's fucking epic. It sounds so fucking cool. I love the way Catherine Gallagher one-ups Logan Hart every single time. He sings a line and she sings a line. He sings pretty good, and then she sings and she just like blows everyone out of the water. She's like 2 lines in Act 1 and she fucking kills both of them. Like holy shit. And the big crescendo for the ending, perfect. Wake Up is a great number. I'm a big fan of Wake Up. So next is Forgiven. Forgiven is, in my opinion, the greatest end of Act 1 song of all time. It's my favorite one, at least. I love it so much. Second would be Ever After from In the Woods. That's also pretty good. They really get this song. Elizabeth Stanley really gets this song. She sings it perfectly. It's like she's doing a Alanis Morissette impression. It's fucking awesome. And the track is almost identical to the Broadway version, which I really appreciate. They didn't change much. They added that organ that I love. Fucking love that organ. It's the only part of the keys in this musical I really like love all that much. I do like the piano hand in my pocket though. That's okay. I will say the background harmonies in the beginning are a little funny though. When she sings when she kind of like is really getting into the chorus and they sing in the background, no, no, no. They do the sinner. I have my reasons to be there. Witch, whore. Like, why are they shouting at her? Are they like the gods? Is God shouting at her? Is that what they represent? So then the song really like comes down and it gets really quiet. And it's like it's like a choir of ooze. And the organ comes in and Elizabeth Stanley graces us with her falsetto and she sings the chorus. It's really high up. And then it starts to build. And as it builds, your heart drops deeper and deeper into your stomach as, oh my god, when the fucking, so we did, so we did, so we did, so we did, we are, and everyone's singing, everyone's on stage, and they are belting the chorus at you, like belting the chorus at you, and it is heavenly. It is heavenly, and it's snowing. It starts snowing during this at the end of this number. It's fucking insane, and it's so fucking good. Everyone gets a line. I love when everyone gets a line. Big fan of when everyone gets a line. I love that everyone's line kind of fits them. A lot of times it doesn't, but I really love that everyone's line gets them. Nick kills it, and when Derek Clennis sings, we all have our minds made up for us, which is like the most amount of angst in his voice. Sean Krill gets the line right before that. Sean Allen Krill, he plays the dad. He gets "We all have delusions in our head," which I don't get why he gets that line. It doesn't make sense for his character, but the thing about Steve Healy is that he's always just kind of there. He's not that important, and it kind of sucks, but he's kind of a boring character, so I guess that's why I feel that. I need to talk about the best part of the song, though. So, Katherine Gallagher plays a character that is raped at a party, and that's Bella. She's saying "Wake Up." Before her, Logan Hart sings a line usually, then she sings a line. Logan Hart plays her rapist, Lancer. It's Lancer's party, whatever. But he sings, "We all had a reason." He sings, "We all had a reason to be there. It's okay." He sings it okay. Katherine Gallagher comes in. "We all had a thing to learn." And it's the best part of the entire musical. It's my favorite part of the musical. Every single time I listen to the song, I have to rewind her singing it 1,000,000 times because she one-ups everyone out of the park, and she really delivers the greatest delivery of any line in Broadway history. It's fucking awesome. It's so good. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Like, I can't get over it. Like holy shit. And like the fact that it comes and at the same time there's like the choral like fill, like I don't even know how to describe it, but like the background singers just start singing like choral music, and it's like fucking insane. Like as a fill, like there's just so much going on, and you're like, this is awesome. This is I truly have left the theater. I've transcended. I got to see that shit live. I got to see Katherine Gallagher sing it, and I lost my mind. I was like, holy shit, this is it. This is the best thing ever. I love it so much, and it's perfect. Just a little thing. I love that. That the original track ends with like an instrumental. Alanis Morissette is just like kind of vocalizing, belting over it, not really saying any words. And they add those to the end as what Elizabeth Stanley sings over everyone else singing the chorus for the millionth time. And I just really like that. This is such a great end to Act 1. It just like really resonates deep in your soul. And they end it with the "So we did bomb, amen." They end with an amen, and the fucking band goes like all that shit. And you're like, oh, your face is getting blasted off by sound. And it's like, holy shit, like thank God that's where the intermission is, because like I need 15 minutes to recover from hearing that song live. Like it's just like fucking destroyed me. But anyway, we don't got time for intermission. We gotta go right in to the entr'acte. I think that's how you say it, which is Hands Clean, a Hands Clean melody. Hands Clean is... Oh, I hit the thing, sorry. Hands Clean is from Under Rug Swept. It is my favorite Alanis Morissette song, so I'm going to talk about it for a while. I'm just warning you. They have a way of making the Under Rug Swept songs sound like So-Called Chaos songs. So-Called Chaos is just like another Alanis Morissette album. It's from 2008, I believe. Or no, it's from 2004, actually. I'm fairly sure it's from 2004. And it just has a different vibe to it. And I don't love it as much as Under Rug Swept, which is like literally my favorite album of all time. And I just like don't like that about it. But honestly, like we need some So-Called Chaos representation on this in this musical. So-Called Chaos is such a fucking weird album. Like, how is there Feast on Scraps representation, but there's not So-Called Chaos representation? I don't understand that. Other than that, I actually really like how they do the track instrumentally. I think it's really nice. The guitar gets the riff. It sounds good. I'm just hyped to hear the opening riff of Hands Clean played on a guitar. Like, all the lights go out and they just start playing my favorite song. Like, I'm losing my mind. I'm having the best time ever. I always forget that it's in the musical, and I always get so excited upon hearing it because I love it so much. And I really like how they ended it. They ended it with the bridge. Again, I think the ending with the bridge is how I wish she would end the original song. I think it's a better ending than the fade out, as much as I love the instrumental. I don't love the fade out. I wish she went back to the bridge and then ended it on the crescendo. That's I'm just like letting you know that that's like a big compliment. I'm giving them a big compliment when I say that I like their version better. But it does the thing again where the lyrics don't make sense. And this one I kind of want to talk about because it really highlights a bigger problem in the musical, and I feel the need to bring up this bigger problem in the musical and acknowledge it, which is that this musical, I feel like, is sometimes grasping at straws, which is funny because it has such an intense plot. Like I previously mentioned, there's a rape, there's a character who's addicted to pills, there is a character who is in an abusive household, there's another character that's in a not so great living situation. It's Antonio Cipriano's character is like caring for his younger siblings. I think he's like a sick younger sibling who he has to care for a lot, and it's like really burdening on him, though it's not really important in the musical. Frankie is adopted. She's black into a white family, and there's no real point made with that plot line, but it's something that's brought up a lot. She's also bisexual and comes out to her parents in the course of this musical. Like, it really grasps at straws, and I feel like the lyrics of this song are the musical trying to grasp at straws. And I really want to talk about how the lyrics of this song, they changed them again, and they did the same thing that they do with So Unsexy, where it kind of has a different meaning in this show than it does in the real world. Hands Clean originally is a song about Alanis Morissette being in an inappropriate relationship with a much younger than her man, whose career she's also kind of making for him. In the song, Alanis Morissette sings, "This could get messy, but you don't seem to mind. Don't go telling everybody and overlook this supposed crime. Let's fast forward to a few years later, and no one knows except the both of us. I've more than honored your request for silence, and you've washed your hands clean of this." In the musical, it's pretty reasonable to assume that when they sing the lines, "This could get messy, but you don't seem to mind. Don't go telling everybody and overlook this obvious crime," instead of supposed crime, that they're referring to the actual, genuine, unconsensual rape that happens in the plot in the musical. Because one of the main characters, Nick, is dealing with whether or not he should speak up in support of his friend and threaten his reputation in the town. That's a pretty direct meaning. Whereas "This could get messy if you don't seem to mind" is more in reference to the audience about the musical, because the musical is really big on being like about everything that's wrong with the world. That's kind of how it was marketed, I guess. When Alanis Morissette sings "Don't Go Telling Everybody" and overlook this supposed crime, she's talking to the person she's in a relationship with, and she's referring to their relationship as a supposed crime. It's a bit more abusive, and it's kind of saying that their relationship kind of exists in this moral gray where it's definitely frowned upon by society, but a lot of Morissette is like, does it really have to be so wrong? Which with the lyric change to be obvious crime just makes a lot of Morissette just like look worse. It makes the song worse if they changed it to like be about an actual rape, which is unfortunate. To the original version, in this version, they go to the bridge, they sing, "What part of our history is reinvented and under rug swept? What part of our memory is selective and tends to forget? But with this distance, it seems so obvious." And I actually really like this decision. I love that they name drop Under Rug Swept. And they don't actually change any of the lyrics from the original song, though it is important to note that obviously it means something different. When Alanis Morissette sings, "What part of our history is reinvented and under rug swept, what part of our memory is selective and tends to forget," she's referring to how when you're in a relationship that kind of has a dubious start, I think like if it started as an affair or if it was an inappropriate age gap, the fact that it was an affair or an inappropriate age gap are often left out of your memory when you're remembering how your relationship started. Kind of like how people tend to like overlook the bad just because they don't want to really examine it, just to appreciate what can be good. And when she says, "With this distance, it seems so obvious," it's actually revealing one of the most interesting parts of the original song, Hands Clean, which is that it's written from the perspective of Alanis Morissette years after her relationship is ended. But it was written by Alanis Morissette within the actual relationship that she's in. So she's kind of thinking about how she's going to think about the relationship looking back years later. It's a very interesting kind of perspective. In the musical, when they sing, "What part of our history is reinvented and under rug swept, what part of our memory is selective and tends to forget," they're kind of talking about two things. In the first, I really feel like in the original musical, it's meant to be some commentary on like history, especially the post-COVID version of the show, which had all of the references to Black Lives Matter in it because the protests happened in between during the show's closure. I really feel like that's what they're trying to like really lean into, which doesn't make any sense because again, the musical is not about that. It's just mentioned in the musical for seemingly no reason. I mean, the main character in the Broadway version is definitely like MJ and Frankie. Frankie really takes the forefront. I feel like she was presented as the main character in a lot of the promotional material around the musical, even though the later versions of the musical really paint MJ as like the sole main character of the musical and really focus on MJ and Bella, I feel like, rather than MJ and Frankie. So it just really feels like not important is what I'm trying to say. And then what part of your memory is selective and tends to forget is in direct, again, reference to Nick, who is dealing with whether or not to testify about his memories. But with this distance, it seems so obvious, seems like a jab at the audience, saying that they see everything. It seems so easy to them sitting in the audience, but you're watching these characters go through something that's incredibly new to them and incredibly scary. They changed the part of Hands Clean that they use as the outro. In the regional theater production I saw, for some reason they sang the second half of the chorus. Though we'll flash forward to a few years later, and no one knows except the both of us. I've more than honored your request for silence, and you've washed your hands clean of us. Of this, sorry. And I just, in the original track, Alanis Morissette's making predictions about the future. She is saying that no one's going to know except for us, and we're not going to be talking, and you're going to have completely forgotten about me, and I'm just going to be left here with the memory that I can't tell anyone about. And that's kind of a dark rumination. And again, doesn't look very good on Alanis Morissette's part. But they're singing it, and it feels like they're talking about Bella, right? Because, you know, it has that kind of like abusery vibe to it. But the thing is, Bella reporting Lancer to the police is such a big deal that everybody in the town knows about it. So, regardless of whether or not they believe Bella's story as to what happened to her, when they flash forward to a few years later, everyone will know, except the everyone will know, including the both of them, that this happened, because Frankie knows, Nick knows, MJ knows, every single character in the musical knows. Later, when they go to the protest, every single character in the musical's at the protest. Even though like one of them just overdosed, it's like everyone knows about it. I'm just saying that. I've more than honored your request for silence. Doesn't make any sense because Bella is speaking out and she's not really backing down. She's a very resilient character. I really love Bella as a character. I'm glad that they made her the main focus because Frankie's story just always seemed a little less important than other people's stories because it was more romance and teen angst based than like genuine like trauma based. But I really hate that replacing the second. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to replace it. It was perfectly fine as it is, and they shouldn't have changed it. I don't like it. Moving on. Not the Doctor. Fucking butchered it. Sorry. They keep the guitar riff. Thank you for keeping the guitar riff. I still don't like it. Hate that they turned a number about dating someone who seemingly seems to have addiction into like a couples therapy song, like a joke number. I don't like it. Not the Doctor is so fucking fire. It was my favorite song for a long time. I want to say like all of 9th and 10th grade was my favorite song. It's so good, and it's such a crime what they did to it. They massacred it. I don't like how they changed the lyrics. Mind the awkward silence with our backs towards each other instead of mind the empty bottles with the holes along the bottom. Like, literally, like, go fuck yourself. I love that lyric makes no sense. I love that the original lyric makes no sense. Anyway, whatever. At least it's not long. Head over feet. I really like the callback to Ironic, but I also really love the intro to the original song. But they still kind of kept it. Like I like that they kind of did both. I like that they kind of sing the ironic melody and then it's like a trio between the four of them. Love that it ends in a sex scene. Love a musical number that ends in a sex scene. Those are always the best. Love those. I honestly think this song works really well as a musical song. I think it works the best out of like all the songs as a musical song. It really fits in a musical, I feel. Get that piano out of there, though. I do hear it. But the organ is great. I'm honestly such a slut for like an organ. Love everything with an organ. I'm just a big fan of the organ. The song, the momentum of this song is kind of fucked because it keeps like every verse they have to do it differently because it's kind of like a musical thing, and I don't love that. But you know, it's fine. It's fine. I also love the ending. And it ends with Your House. Your House is a little special because it was a secret track. It was hidden on the original Jagged Pill CD. It's a completely a cappella track, and it's after the last song on Jagged Pill, but like a long time after, so you have to keep the CD playing. I don't know if modern CDs will still do it, but that's the origin of Your House. The only version of it on Spotify is the acoustic version, which is on the Jagged Little Pill acoustic album. This is considered like the main version of it, and I honestly don't like it. So I honestly wish I could like I wish Alanis Morissette would like redo it and try again. Alanis Morissette, if you want to try again on Your House with me and make a better version of it, I'm willing. So I prefer the acapella version, which is great because at the end of Head Over Feet is the acapella version of Your House sung by Lauren Patton. Thank God. She kills it. It's honestly like my favorite number that she does. They don't do all of it. I wish I could hear Lauren Patton sing all of Your House a cappella. It's like so beautiful, but I wish this track got a little more love, so that's why I wanted to mention it. So after Head Over Feet is Unprodigal Daughter. This song is from a weird ass album called Feast on Scraps. Feast on Scraps is genuinely the ugliest album cover I've ever seen. And the album kind of sounds like that album cover, but it doesn't sound bad. Unprodigal Daughter is honestly probably the best song on Feast on Scraps. It's a really good song, and I'm glad that they used it in this musical. I feel like it really fits Frankie really well. I think it's her best number. Frankie's best vocals aren't all I really want, but Unprodigal Daughter is like her best number. That's just her, and it still sounds great because everything she sings sounds great. Because obviously, I low key her best vocals might be That I Would Be Good, because That I Would Be Good is so fucking good, and I love it. The Broadway version is not to do a good job of showcasing how fucking weird Feast on Scraps is. I feel like they kind of make it normal, but I think this song sounds good as a theater song. Similarly, to Head Over Feet, I think it really fits this musical. I think it really has a good sound to it. I do wish they kept the more metal sound of it. It's a very riff rock, it's like a riff based chorus. And while I actually really like that the guitar and the bass get to play the riff along with the strings, I think them being doubled by the strings is a really cool effect. And it does make it sound more theatery, but it makes it lose its edge a little bit. But that doesn't matter because the harmonies are fucking awesome, and Cesar Rose Gooding is belting it, and it sounds amazing. And I really like how they do the ending. I think they end it in a very theatery way, which is really cute, and I appreciate that. I do like the jam out ending. I always love the jam out ending, but I do want to give some love to how they end how they end this one. So overall, great poll. Great random ass poll with Unprodigal Daughter. But low-key I want to fucking mosh, so give me some more edge in that. After Unprodigal Daughter, we have Predator. I'm pretty sure. Predator was an original song written for the musical by Alanis Morissette, and it's so good. It's sung by Catherine Gallagher, Queen, and she it's perfect. It's perfect. Like, it's such a well-written song, and she sings it beautifully. There's no guitar riff for me to compare this piano part to, so I can't complain about how it kind of sounds a little basic. It's really beautiful, though. I do love the piano part. Smiling and Predator, they have beautiful piano parts. I think it's because Alanis Morissette wrote those songs with the piano player in her band, so I think that's why they're very piano-based. I'm absolutely obsessed with Catherine Gallagher and her voice. I wish there was more Bella in this show because honestly, I feel like Bella does make more sense as a main character, and I understand why later versions of the show kind of put more focus on her story because it is the strongest thing Jagged Little Pill is going for it. You can have a character who's a young adopted girl who's struggling with both her sexual orientation and her racial identity, but that's not really what Alanis Morissette wrote songs about. You can have a character who's an overworked dad that just wants to reestablish an intimate connection with his wife, but that's not really what Alanis Morissette wrote songs about. You can have a character who's a tired, addicted to pills mother, but that's not entirely what Alanis Morissette wrote songs about, and you can write a character who's this there's a million I can do Nick, I was how long am I gonna go on with this but you get it. What's important is that a lot of what Alanis Morissette writes songs about is abuse and surviving abuse and bad partners and evil people in the world, and she sings about a lot of social issues too, but I feel like it makes so much more sense if abuse trauma really took the forefront, because those are big themes in Alanis Morissette's music. I present to you an alternative reality in which Jagged Little Pill is simply about Bella, and the Healy's her side characters, and it's about Bella, who's this quirky teenage girl who is raped at a party, and Nick witnesses, and it's about the sensationalization of what happened to her, and all the other characters are kind of side characters, and it really focuses in on her relationship with MJ that she kind of forms, especially when MJ talks about her trauma. And then, you can have MJ be this very resilient mother who survived a really traumatic relationship. She can still be the mother of Nick and still not want him to speak out, but, it can kind of be about how trauma affects each other. That idea is not entirely fleshed out, but I feel like you get the idea. I think it would just fit a lot better with Alanis Morissette's music, and you can still have it angsty and be about social justice. Frankie can still be the side character who just has a bunch of random ass shit going on, or Joe could be even like the main side character. It could be like Joe and Frankie have some relationship problem that's about, both of their collective struggles with their identities and how that's kind of going on. I feel like that could work. And then I think you can keep the musical. You just kind of got to reframe it a little bit. And I think it would just make a little bit more sense if it was more clear. And I think Predator really reveals how much Bella would have been a better main character for the musical. I know that's a bit of a radical opinion. I personally wouldn't change the thing about Jagged Little Pill. I love it. But I actually would change a thing about it. I would change a lot of things about it, and that's one of the things I would change about it if I was in control. So maybe I just lied to you. I'm sorry, I just lied to you. So next up is You Wanna Know, which is like the most popular Alanis Morissette song, so it's kind of the big number. I like how they kind of knew this was the big song. I really love the new take they took on it instrumentally. I think it's iconic that Lauren Patton won the Tony for this, and her performance of it is so good that they had to add runtime onto the show just to compensate for how long the standing ovation that she would receive would be. That's iconic. And she fucking kills it. I would implore you to look up Lauren Patton's cover of God is a Woman. It's on Spotify, and it's absolutely heavenly. Like, everything Lauren Patton sings turns to gold. I'll say that until I die. It's the truth. She's an incredible singer, and it kills. Her style of singing fits this musical so much. It has so much angst and grit to it, and it just sounds like a rock and roll type voice. And so that powerfulness, that rawness, really contributes to the musical. I would also urge you to look up her singing the song acoustically. There's an acoustic performance that she did of it, and it's just like her in her apartment, I think, and she's just singing an acoustic, and she's accompanying herself on the guitar. It's fucking awesome. This song sounds really fun to play. The instrumental sounds really fun to play. It's probably like everyone in the pit's like favorite song, just because it's so epic and it gets so much applause and it's so intense, and like I love what they do with the harmonies in the middle. It is missing my favorite part of the studio track, which is one of my favorite quirks in any Alanis Morissette song. There's a lot of quirky parts in Alanis Morissette songs, but I'd say You Wanna Know is the quirkiest part, with in the final chorus, the lead guitar is just bending an F sharp the whole time. Like, she goes, I don't know, well, I'm here, bam, 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 bam. It's the whole part, it's the whole time. And I love it. I love playing that song on the guitar just because I love getting to that part and just hitting that bend. It's quarter notes. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's awesome, and I wish it was in the original song. It's also missing the bass. Bass isn't eating as much as it should be. The bass part of You Wanna Know is recorded by Flea, and that's cool. But honestly, every Alanis Morissette bass part is really cool. She plays with some really awesome bassists, and they are always jamming, always doing just like so much on her tracks. And I feel like a lot of the bass in this musical isn't as good as it should be. And You Oughta Know is a good example of that because the bassist is, I don't think he's playing with that much life, and they didn't even bother like transcribing the whole bass part to like the score, which is unfortunate because you can definitely find it on MuseScore like written out. Like that's the type of shit you can find on MuseScore. Like you could have just copied someone else's transcription of it, low-key. But whatever. After You Wanna Know is Uninvited. Uninvited is not on Jagged Little Pill. It's not on any Alanis Morissette album. It was a single, and I'm pretty sure it's written for a movie. And I'm not sure what movie, but it's really popular. It's kind of like the Alanis Morissette song that you sing, that you cover when you want to like show off your voice. And like, it is really good. It's such a beautiful song. It's very well written, and it's sung even prettier, and it's like heavenly, and then the instrumental is great. But you know, it's just like she has other songs, guys. Like you don't have to sing Uninvited every single time. The original song is like kind of vague as to what is uninvited. It's implied that it's like kind of like a lover, probably. But in this song, it's like the overdose. It's kind of like the demons, but this song is the scene where the mother overdoses. She overdoses like during the instrumental, I think, which is iconic. Like it's kind of like it's like, oh my god, like I never considered that before. Like the concept of that is kind of crazy. Elizabeth Stanley and Catherine Gallagher singing Uninvited, like this is my dream. This is my wet dream. Like I've never been happier. So thank you so much for that. I'm glad that this song starts with a piano riff, so they don't have to butcher a guitar riff. Though they cut out the guitar solo. They cut out the guitar solo. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Love their unique take on this song. Both instrumental wise, I'm tired of hearing the same fucking song covered over and over again, but also vocally, I feel like they took a really different take on it. They're really acting it, especially Elizabeth Stanley. My favorite vocal moment from her on the entire album is when she does the "an unfortunate slave." I don't even know what she sings, but you know, like when she like she throws up the word. It's awesome. Everybody gets a thumbs up from me. Mary Jane is my favorite song on Jagged Little Pill. It's such a hidden gem. I think it's the hiddenest of hiddenest Alanis Morissette gems. And they butcher it in this song, in this musical, which is unfortunate. First of all, the worst. Oh, I already said the most offensive case was in So Unsexy. It is the most offensive case. This is the second most offensive case of the piano playing the guitar part. Because, like, genuinely, go fuck yourself. This song, they shouldn't have changed a thing. They literally should not have changed a thing, not a single note. I have transcribed this song, like, completely, note for note, in MuseScore, like, just for fun, because it's that perfect, and I would not change any of the notes, literally at all, ever. So, like, go fuck yourself for changing this song whatsoever and making it worse. Like, the only good part of this song is the harmonies at the end. The tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, that part. Like, they even do the pause wrong.
And that's why I love you. So take this moment, Mary Jane.
And that's why I love you. So take this moment, Mary Jane.
It's like, this song is so beautiful. How is it not beautiful in the Broadway version? Like, the Broadway version is just, like, not good. I imagine a world in which this number was sung by, like, it was like a duet between Celia Rose Gooding and Derek Klena. They both sang it about their mother, and I bawled the entire time, and the instrumental actually sounded good. I dream about that world. After Mary Jane is No. No is the final original song that was written for the musical, and it's not very good. It's okay. I like how I feel on it, about it. Like, it usually depends on the day. I feel bad that this is Catherine Gallagher's other main song that she sings because it's just like a bad melody, and like, why is it out of the actors' range? Like, the girl that sings by your act of shamelessness, like, it's too low for her. And I'm like, I'm sorry, that's too low for you. Like, why'd they give you that part? It's like too low for you. I loved this song as a kid. I thought like the intro and the percussion of the intro is like really badass. Uh, but like listening now, it just kind of sounds like an Imagine Dragons song, and I loved Imagine Dragons as a kid, so I think that makes sense why I love this song. But also, like, that being said, I don't levy the Imagine Dragons concept as an insult. I quite like Imagine Dragons, and I quite like this song. I don't like the chorus, but I really like the bridge. I think the bridge is really hype. I like that it finally goes up instead of down, referring to the melody. Uh, I also love when they bring the wake up call back. The wake up call back, the little reprise, is so good. And Hands Clean comes in there, the negative harmonies, like yes, like yes, like yes, this is hype. It's good, and the ending is low key giving forgiving. The ending is low key giving forgiven. That's what I meant to say. With the do you not understand? I love the ending. So next up is Thank You. Thank You is from Supposed Former Infatuation Junkie. I would say it was probably the most popular song on that album. It's really good. It's a good song. It has a piano riff in it, so that's good for the musical because they love those piano riffs. And it's I really like Thank You. I think it's a really well written song. It's kind of just about making a change for the better. It's like, how about getting off of those antibiotics? How about enjoying the moment for once? You know, just like that's kind of what it's saying. It's like, how about doing this thing? How about doing this thing? Like, thank you, India. It's a bit hippie, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I like the new take on it. I like the guitar in the intro. Like, I like that the guitar gets a little new part. I don't like the harmonies. There's a lot of added lyrics in this song that don't make sense. Like, I'm reaching out to make amends. Like, why are the harmonies just like singing what the characters are doing, kind of over them talking while they're doing the things that they're saying that they're doing? Like, let them talk. Like, let them make amends. And yeah, I'm just not. I'm not a huge fan of this number. It also doesn't make sense. Like, why is she thinking India? Like, she should be thanking, like, you know, her family for being there for her, like, through her stay in rehab. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she should be she shouldn't be thanking Consequence. Consequence is how she, like, overdosed on pills. Like, she should be, you know, yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's not that important. Going into You Learn, which is the last track on the album, I honestly think that You Learn should have been the last track on the original Jagged Little Pill album, and I really like that it's the last song of Jagged Little Pill the musical. I think it really fits. I think it's such a cute little song, and it's another song that's just about kind of like moving on for the better, and I think it just makes sense if it was also the closure of Jagged Little Pill album. It's like the only number in the musical that's like at all laid back and chill, which I appreciate because I like seeing the actors in an environment where they're laid back and chill. Although the original track is like so cool and jammy, and it has like you know, really cool guitar parts that are kind of just like licks that are fills in there. There's like a whole solo section where the bass and the guitar kind of solo at each other, and I'm sad that that's not in the musical. Although I don't hate what they do with it. I just like really love that part, and I'm really missing it here. Lauren Patton and Antonio Cipriano literally eat up the second verse. They're fucking killing it. They blow everyone out of the water with that. I love how everyone gets their own line and they kind of fit. Like, I like that Lauren sings "You Scream, You Learn." Like, it's funny because her song is "You Want to Know." I would say Bella's "You Cry, You Learn" doesn't really end her character that well, because, like, Bella didn't really have to learn anything. Like, I mean, she had to learn resilience, but that was only because, like, that was through no personal fault of her own. Like, she was a teenage girl who was raped. Like, that's pretty brutal. I wouldn't just be like, wow, you really learned a good lesson here, Bella. Like, no, like, you really overcame a lot of trauma here, and you deserve a good pat on the back because you've been through a lot, Bella. Like, you deserve some recognition for how much you've been through. But whatever. I love what they did with the higher part. That part is so good. Their take on it is even incredible. And I love the callback to "Thank You," even though it's literally the song right before the song. I honestly wish they would have cut "Thank You" and just had it be here, because I think that's where it really makes sense, and it would have been cool, because it would have been like, and another Alanis Morissette song to bring us home. Kind of like how "Right Through You" is at the beginning, but it's not really played a lot. Or like "Hands Clean" is played, or "So Pure" is played, but they're not really full numbers. I really would like if they were just like, oh, there's a bug on the fucking. Almost. They almost ended with the never-ending riff. I love the never-ending riff. The never-ending riff is this little vocal riff that Alanis Morissette sings at the end of "You Learn," and it just keeps going up. It just keeps going up. And even when you think it's gonna end, it just keeps going up. And I really love it. And I wish they kept it. They kind of tease it, but it's fine. And of course, this musical ends with a fucking piano. So yeah, I hope you like this video. Sorry about lighting. I know it's bad. Maybe I'll try to fix it in the next video. I'm still new to making these, so be nice. Good night.